welcome to Sunland Park this week. I'm Tom Dawson. There was a lot of good local action last weekend, which we'll get to in a moment. But first, let's make a stop at Oaklawn Park. The $150,000 Smarty Jones Stakes kicked off the Derby prep season in Arkansas. A colt named Gray Attempt went right to the front and fought hard to stay there.
Top of the stretch, Gray Attempt continues to lead. He's 2 lengths in front of Boulder in second. Long Range Toddy set down at the rail, and here he comes. Gray Attempt comes to the final 16th and leads a length. Long Range Toddy, Boulder, 6-shooter, not today for Bankit. Gray Attempt, Long Range Toddy, Gray Attempt wins the Smarty Jones.
The first 4 finishers were separated by only a length and a half. That, plus the fairly soft fractions and short stretch, means that many in the Smarty Jones will be back for another try. Here at Sunland, 3-year-old fillies went 6.5 furlongs in the Borderplex Stakes. The Joel Marr trained Figure, who we featured on a show earlier, led them into the stretch.
And the top of the stretch in the Borderplex, and in front is Figure. Elusive Rose on the inside, coming at them, Parade of Roses down the center of the track very strongly, and out wider on the course is KP Slickum is trying to get them all, but Parade of Roses on the outside, narrowly. KP Slickum lets loose now. It's Parade of Roses in front, and Parade of Roses has won a neck.
Parade of Roses holds off KP Slickum, with Figure fading a bit to third. All 3 fillies should be candidates for the Island Fashion Stakes at a mile on February 24th. Well, the 1-mile Riley Allison Derby is the first local prep for the $800,000 Sunland Derby on March 24th. The strong 3-5 favorite was the Steve Asmussen-trained Nitrous, who is Grade 1 stakes placed. But things didn't go well at the start for the Gray Colt in post 8. Nitrous was still well back on the final turn.
The others, My Hot Rod Lincoln, Nitrous finally starting a run, is coming home pretty well, but a long way out of it, but making good progress. Geddes at the back with Infantry dropping to the tail. They come down to the quarter. Of course, some thunderous applause, and now Sheriff Brown looming 3 wide. Nitrous is coming home very well on the outside. Top of the home stretch in the Riley Allison, Sheriff Brown took the lead. Nitrous right out wide, swamping them, and Nitrous, despite being last out the gates, hit the front, and Nitrous in the lead from Sheriff Brown. Of course, I'm on the inside. Sheriff Brown trying to match Nitrous. Nitrous in front. Sheriff Brown trying to pick this leader back. Nitrous and Sheriff Brown. Nitrous in front has just won it from Sheriff Brown in a photo.
Nitrous just holds on to beat Sheriff Brown, who is a half-brother to last year's Sunland Derby winner, Runaway Ghost. The way Nitrous overcame trouble bodes well for his future on the Kentucky Derby Trail. Well, next up locally is the $100,000 Mind That Bird Derby on February 24th. And speaking of Runaway Ghost, he returns to action here at Sunland Park on February 2nd for his first start in 10 months. Good to have him back. And we'll see you next time on Sunland Park This Week.